Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend, guys. Thank you very much for all your support, spending a few minutes with us. If you are enjoying the content and are with us on a daily basis or a nightly basis, all I ask is support the channel, click a like, and hopefully, again, we'll continue to help you guys look at the market from an alternative point of view. And that's kind of the whole point of pivots in the PS60 theory. You're not trading like everybody else. So if you're kind of stuck in the mud and you just can't get your career going, guys, all it takes is 30 days. Spend it in the webinar. See if pivots are a right fit for you. At worst case scenario, you'll get a completely different view of what the retail public is seeing every single day. So let's talk about it. Right. So after last week's pretty aggressive sell-off on reversals on the Meta, Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon earnings, the question was, well, what was going to happen today, right? What was going to happen today? Is there going to be more selling? Are the markets going to be just extremely tired from the massive run-up that we had from April? Are the stocks that we were watching to the downside we're going to continue to the downside? And the answers was pretty much all of the above, right? All of the above. What we've seen now is a perfect example of how there is, I've been saying this for years, how there's no such thing as the stock market anymore. You're not buying the market, you're not selling the market. You are buying or selling individual stocks. And if you watched the nightly video, the weekend video, we had a very specific plan today, right? Any gap up today on Amazon, any gap up today on Apple, I wanted to short it, right? I wanted to short it. And the coolest part about a market of stocks versus a stock market is each stock stands on its own merit. So here was, Amazon, right? Here was Amazon, gapped up exactly what we wanted, gapped up and just literally faded the whole day. Just an absolute and phenomenal fade. Congratulations, all you guys who are still holding a runner. Apple, right? I caught Apple off that opening rejection. Apple spiked up, got rejected, and just an all-day fade. At one point, it went red and almost tested its earnings lows. We talked about Circle, right? Circle continued to be week. We could discuss Circle. We lost the 20-day, lost this linear regression line. Circle got absolutely hit. So if you're looking at the market and you say to yourself, well, wow, the market must have been down because if Amazon is selling off and Apple is selling off and, Circle is selling off and all these high flyers are selling off, the NASDAQ must be following through today, right? This is why we play the game. Really surprised. Really, really surprised how strong the rest of the market was. Last week on Friday, we lost 2.2% on the NASDAQ. Pretty much gained that all back today. NASDAQ up 1.9%. Incredibly strong today. A lot of names are just going absolutely out of their minds. We'll get to the individual pivots. On the earnings front, right? We got another busy scheduled week of tech earnings. This evening, two of the recent darlings reported earnings. Let's start with the good, right? PLTR came out with a banner quarter, absolutely banner quarter. Big spike up. They beat on the top line, $1 billion quarter. I think it's the first one in the company's history. They beat on the revenue. They beat on the EPS by 4 cents, boosted guidance, really, really strong move on PLTR. On the flip side, right, HIMS has been running very, very aggressively, and HIMS unfortunately did not fare so well. They missed on the top and the bottom line, and HIMS, as you can see, after hours is absolutely getting hit. Tomorrow, you got big day tomorrow, right? You got big day. The spotlight will be on AMD. AMD has been on a rock star. I think it's an understatement of a run. Has been going absolutely crazy. It's be very, very curious to see if it is baked into the earnings or is there more room to run. SMCI is also, and I hate to say it, but SMCI has been just as good as a run as everything else. So really, really strong market, incredibly strong market. And this is one of those things that we were talking about in the webinar today. And we got some good value today, right? We got some good value. The game plan was to sell the weak stocks into supply. Check, check, check. But I tell you, I was really thrown for a loop to see how strong the rest of the market is. And guys, always remember, your game plan is everything. You're not trying to figure out the closing prices. You're not trying to figure out every single stock, what they're going to do. Your game plan is the game plan. Here's a number of stocks. Here's your research. You're watching them for confirmation, and you're striking. That's the most important part. You can't trade everything. You can't watch everything, because if you trade everything, or you try to trade everything, or you watch everything, you don't have an edge, and you are going to miss everything, or don't have the ability to kind of trade everything with conviction because you are spread out super duper thin. So the question is now, what happens tomorrow, right? We'll get to that in a second, right? We'll get to that in a second. Notable buyers, right? Notable buyers in the options market today. We'll talk about them right now. So Meta, right? Let's go through the pivots and we'll kind of correlate, right? We'll kind of correlate into the option activity. This Joby went absolutely nuts today. Congratulations for all you guys who caught it. 1855, rejected twice daily, needs to reclaim. Yeah, it pretty much reclaimed. Joby went nuts, right? Joby went nuts right to the 21 area. If it starts building above 21 area, here's the 1855 that got rejected twice on the daily. Gets above 21, you should see another run, whether it's tomorrow or rest day tomorrow, whatever the case may be. CRWV gave a move to the downside. It didn't quite get down to the 180, but definitely gave a move to the downside. Nothing big, but definitely gave a move. Circle got squashed, right? Absolutely squashed. 167.30. If it builds below, can flush. Here it was Circle, right? Took out the 67.30, traded all the way down to 154. Just got absolutely just destroyed. Destroyed. ATEC didn't confirm. MP went up about $1 and change. 65.85 needs to confirm. Not a big move, but its stock still looks very, very strong. Took out 65.85, traded up to 67.40, so nearly a $2 move. And here we were with Amazon and Apple. Apple didn't get the natural pivot 201.50. That's the earnings low. That's still going to be the major line in the sand. But Amazon did. Amazon lost 212.80. And it got hit, right? It got hit. And here is the whole point of just, again, having a plan and sticking to your plan and trading that plan, not going nuts here. So it lost to 1280, traded down to 211 and change, pretty much closed at the lows of the day. Still looks lower for tomorrow. Apple, I caught off the initial daily supply, came in about $1 and change, then rallied, and then it went literally straight down about $7. So Apple, guys, just tattoo that 201.50 on your forehead. This thing loses the 201.50, it's going to get hit as well. Tesla, pretty much never got up there. It kind of stalled out there. Meta was really, really big. So Meta, as everybody knows, came out with really, really good earnings. Came in for a couple of days, digested. 367 needs to confirm. Now, why was 367 important? That was the opening range highs, and that was above the previous day's channel. Stock, as you can see, ran up about $9 into the close, closed at the highs. Buyers are coming in very, very aggressively for the weekly 785 calls. Why is 785 an important area? Well, that is the earnings highs. If it gets above the 785 earnings highs, it will have an additional spikeage. So, nice move, really, really nice move on Meta. What else were we talking about? The one thing I didn't put on the Twitter feed was AEO. Where it was like one of those last minute things. So Sydney Sweeney, from what I understand, is an attractive young lady, allegedly, right? She registered as a Republican. Donald Trump came out and talked about her American Eagle ads. And the stock absolutely exploded, took out the 1220 area. They were coming for very, very aggressive $15 weeklies and $15 for next week. And they were coming for September $20 calls. Again, the options market will definitely light something up, especially something that is, relatively an obscure name that everybody doesn't trade on a day-to-day basis. If you look at Tesla, as much as it held up today, there was a lot of buyers, guys, of the weekly 290 and 295 weekly puts. Got to watch this thing for the next couple of days. If it cannot rally, let's definitely keep an eye on this thing for the next couple of days. Just because it's building underneath the 50-day moving average, for a lot of buyers coming for the 290 and the 295 weekly puts. Google, okay, kind of same setup as Meta. They were coming pretty aggressively for the 200 weeklies, right? 200 weeklies, very, very aggressive on Google. It still needs to take out the earnings highs, but let's definitely keep an eye on, on Google for the next couple of days. Coinbase, after a, pretty crappy quarter, put in an inside day today. Again, if you're brand new to trading, didn't take out the highs, didn't take out the lows. Basically, it was down $60 on Friday. It was up $3 today. It's not buying time to go higher, right? It's buying time to go lower. It's just resting. Keep an eye on this thing for the next couple of days through the earnings lows. Could definitely give a trade. Let me give you guys some names to watch for tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on Meta for potential run into earnings highs. We're going to watch it, keep an eye on Google for potential earnings highs. We're obviously going to keep an eye on Coin for a breakdown below last Friday's lows. I like this Joby, like I talked about a few minutes ago, for continuation. Broke out today off the 1855 above 21. It can wake up as well. APLD. APLD had a big move on Wednesday, rested Thursday, resumed today. All it needs to do is confirm Wednesday's highs. Affirm looks really, really good as well. Big break today of the July channel, so keep an eye on that as well. And obviously, we'll be watching Apple and Amazon for more weakness, right? More weakness. Tomorrow, again, like I talked about, AMD's coming out with earnings. SMCI is coming out with earnings. So the train continues in the earnings channel. And the question is, well, was last week's Thursday and Friday sell-off just an outlier event in this magnificent bull market that started in April, or was this something more? As of right now, it's just something as an outlier event. Guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless for all you guys who are coming aboard in the webinar. I look forward to working with you. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you on the field tomorrow.